Have you ever felt like your bird just doesn't like you? Maybe it flies away when you walk in, or it glares at you with those intense, flashing eyes. Before you panic, no, your bird probably doesn't hate you, but it might be trying to tell you something. In this video, I'm going to break down all the signs your bird might be scared of you, stressed, or just plain fed up. Let's get into it. Avoidance and hiding. One of the clearest signs is avoidance. If your bird scurries away, hides behind toys, or retreats to the farthest corner of its cage when you come near, that's not shyness, it's self-defense. Many birds are prey animals, so when they freeze, hide, or avoid eye contact, it's their instinct saying, danger's nearby. If your bird does this every time you approach, it's a red flag. You're either moving too fast, invading its space, or it doesn't trust you yet, flying away, or waiting for you to leave. A more dramatic version of this is flying away from you. If your bird is out of its cage and immediately takes off the moment you walk in, it's sending a clear message, I want distance. And here's a subtler version, watch mealtime. If your bird only eats after you leave the room, it's not just being picky. That's a sign it doesn't feel safe enough to eat in your presence. Let's talk about those intense eyes. If your bird's pupils rapidly dilate and constrict, what's called eye pinning, it might look cool, but it often signals arousal or agitation. Sometimes it's excitement, but other times it means, I'm warning you, one more move and I'm biting. Watch what happens next, because that leads us to tail fanning and wing raising. Is your bird suddenly puffing up, flaring its tail, or stretching out its wings like it's trying to be the Hulk? That's not a yoga stretch. Birds do this to look big and intimidating. It's a classic back-off move, especially right before a lunge or bite. Hissing, growling, or screaming. Some birds hiss. Some growl. Some scream like banshees. If your bird makes these sounds the moment you approach, it's not trying to serenade you. It's sounding the alarm. Screeching or screaming can also come from boredom or overstimulation. But if it's tied directly to your presence, your bird may associate you with stress or fear. Biting and lunging. And now, the behavior no one wants, biting. While some pecks are playful or exploratory, aggressive biting is loud, fast, and often painful. Lunging is another defensive tactic, especially in larger birds like macaws or cockatoos. If your bird lunges or bites when you reach into the cage, you've likely crossed a boundary it wasn't ready for. Feather plucking and self-mutilation. Feather plucking is heartbreaking. If your bird starts yanking out its own feathers, especially around the chest and wings, it's often due to chronic stress, frustration, or lack of mental stimulation. In severe cases, birds go beyond feathers and begin chewing into their skin or muscle. This is a veterinary emergency. Don't wait. Decreased vocalization. While some birds get louder when they're unhappy, others go silent. If your usually chatty bird suddenly stops singing, talking, or chirping, it may be a sign of emotional withdrawal or even illness. Silence isn't always golden in the bird world. It can be a warning. Stereotypical behavior. Watch out for pacing, head swinging, or toe tapping. Repetitive movements that have no clear function. These are called stereotypical behaviors, and they usually show up in birds that are bored, lonely, or mentally distressed. It's their way of coping when life becomes too repetitive or overstimulating. Decreased appetite. If your bird's not eating like it used to, it could be upset or even ill. A bird that avoids food, especially when you're around, may not feel secure. In the wild, birds only eat when they're relaxed. If your presence is a stressor, food can become a low priority. Hormonally triggered aggression. Hormones can be a game changer. Birds going through mating season may become territorial, moody, or outright aggressive, even to people they normally love. You might notice cage guarding, biting, or suddenly possessive behavior toward a toy or perch. If your bird used to be affectionate, but now acts irritated, hormones could be the culprit. Dislike of hands. A lot of birds have a thing against hands. If yours flinches, hides, or bites when you offer a hand, it might have past trauma, or just never got comfortable being touched. Try offering a perch instead. Forcing physical contact usually makes things worse. Changes in environment. A new cage, different cage placement, even rearranged furniture can send your bird into panic mode. Some birds love consistency. If something changes in their space, they may turn cold or aggressive. Worse yet, a big open window showing birds flying outside. That can make them feel trapped or jealous. Changes in you. Yup, sometimes it's you. Birds are incredibly sensitive to your energy. If you're angry, stressed, or anxious, your bird will notice and reflect it. Parrots, especially, mirror human moods. If you've been shouting, slamming doors, or even just rushing too much, your bird might be reading your vibe as dangerous. Past trauma or bad experiences. If your bird came from another home, it may carry old fears. Maybe it was mishandled, yelled at, or ignored. Those experiences shape behavior. Even something like a specific hat or voice tone can trigger fear based on past trauma. Trust takes time and consistency, not being their person. Some birds are one-person companions. They bond deeply with a single human and can even become possessive or jealous. If you're not their person, you may always feel like second fiddle. This doesn't mean they'll never like you, but it may take more patience and a different approach. Medical conditions. Sometimes aggression or withdrawal isn't emotional, it's physical. Birds in pain often become irritable, snappy, or withdrawn. Arthritis, heart issues, or egg binding can make them feel vulnerable. If your bird's behavior changes suddenly and you've ruled out everything else, get them checked by an avian vet immediately. So, what can you do? Okay, deep breath. If you're seeing some or all of these signs, don't panic. Your bird doesn't hate you, but it is trying to communicate something. First things first, get a health check. Sudden aggression, silence, or biting could be linked to pain, illness, or something serious like heart disease or egg binding in females. Birds hide pain until it becomes unbearable. So if something feels off, trust your gut and see an avian vet. In extreme stress cases, like feather plucking or self-mutilation, your bird may need more than behavioral fixes. Vets may prescribe anti-anxiety medication or even fit your bird with a soft recovery cone to stop further injury while they heal. Now let's talk about rebuilding trust. Slow down. No sudden moves. No forced petting. Let them come to you. Speak softly. Move gently. Birds are incredibly observant. They'll mirror your tone and energy. Offer treats. Food is the fastest way to win trust. Find their favorite snack, millet, fruit bits, maybe even a nut, and offer it through the cage or on a perch. No strings attached. Make their environment engaging. Birds need mental stimulation or they'll spiral into stress. Add toys. Rotate them often. Use foraging puzzles or hide treats in crumpled paper. This encourages natural behavior and gives their brain something to work on. You can also try captive foraging, where birds work a little to earn their food, like cracking a whole nut or opening a puzzle toy. Studies show this boosts confidence and reduces boredom-based aggression. Set the vibe. Put on soft music or even children's shows when you leave the room. TVs with movement and sound can keep your bird company and reduce anxiety. But skip intense shows or anything with animal distress calls. They'll just make things worse. Create safety. Move the cage away from windows if outside birds are triggering stress. Avoid placing it in loud or busy areas. If a new person or pet is the issue, slowly introduce them using positive reinforcement in space. And finally, respect their body and their rhythm. Don't pet below the neck, especially during mating season. It can trigger hormonal frustration or aggression. If your bird hates hands, offer a perch or a stick instead. Let them choose when to interact. With time, patience, and a bit of creativity, most birds come around. Even the grumpiest parrot is usually just trying to feel safe, seen, and understood. Remember, every peck, flap, and stare is your bird's way of talking to you. You just need to learn how to listen. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more bird-related content.